everyone. I'm Mrs. Mandrick, and joining me today is the person you were actually expecting, Mr. Malte.
Oh, hi. Okay, so this is the fun culminating part of this, the end part of this, where we've already asked great questions. We have already found answers. And sometimes, we get these things where we do slideshows and it's just a picture and we just kind of word for word copy and paste what we found on the internet. And that's really not what we want to do. And it's probably going to look kind of ugly, but we have hopefully our answers in our doc. And Mrs. Mandrick and I didn't answer all our questions right now, but what we really want you to do is hopefully have your Google Doc where you have all of your answers and you've put that stuff in there. But what I have now in Classroom, and your teacher will have put this template with make a copy for each student in Google Classroom. So let's get to Classroom.
Just showing specifically, it's the chalkboard. Just a reminder. I know you know this, but it just helps us all be on the same page.
Absolutely. And we have a Badlands magazine. If you did different research, of course, you'd call it something different, but magazines are so versatile. Okay, your work. There is Mrs. Mandrick's magazine. Yeah. It won't look exactly like this. I'm still working on this template, but it'll be something like this.
And pretty close, if nothing else.
Yeah, probably the cover will be similar. But what we're going to look at is it has these text features. So if you look at, for example, right there, we have our headlines. So those headlines could change already. Those headlines are just word art. You click 2 times on word art to change the words that are in there. So maybe it's not going to be headline 1.
We could say something like location. Like we were talking about those way back. If I'm looking back at our sample questions, maybe I want to talk about like geology or fossils.
Those would be our headlines. So that's super great. Awesome. Now, right away, we can do a super fun thing. We can click on that location and you'll notice that up at the top, there's bold, there's an italics, there's also a little link.
This guy?
Yeah. And
the one that looks like almost like a paperclip-ish?
Looks kind of like, or a chain.
A chain would be a better way of saying that.
I think it's chains. One's going this way and one's going the other way. Yeah. If we click that, look, we can actually link it to slides in this presentation. So it could be the next slide. We don't want either of those. There's a little drop down kind of a carrot called. And there we go. We're going to link that to slide 3. That's going to be our location slide.
Click.
So not only if we were to print this out, that's not going to have a huge impact. But if we're keeping it digital, that button's going to take us to slide 3.
Oh, that's so cool.
We could also link maybe our table of contents, and we could change some of the where things are on slide 2.
Ooh.
2 of our lovely magazine. We could even select the word location and control. Yeah, you could do the little thing there and find the chain. Control K is the keyboard shortcut. Now, can we go again to slides in this presentation in slide 3? So boom.
Slide 3. Ooh, and look at that. It's all underlined, so I know that it's there.
That's fantastic.
Oh,
and then what I'm going to do is replace all the pictures I have in here. Most of the pictures, not all the pictures, because some of them I want students to have in there. Like, for example, the Western Interior Seaway. I put that in there because I think it's important. That Alberta was like a coast, like Florida, when the sea levels were really high, and we had this Western Interior Seaway. And that is a little, can you drag that? And students can drag that to the correct location in Alberta, where the Badlands are.
Ooh.
And then the picture that just has the mountains and the sun, that's where you are going to replace those pictures. I think I'll replace all the pictures in here with something similar, where that you could click replace image at the top. Or right click.
Yeah, I could right click, or I could click replace image at the top.
Great. Replace image, search the web, and you can find something that has to do with Drumheller or the Badlands or
Badlands. I could look up Badlands or Alberta. Oh, I can even see it has it coming up right there.
Let's make sure it's Alberta, because there are Badlands in other places. There are good lands in other places too. Ooh, I like those ones.
Ooh, this one looks very nice. It's got some things. That looks very nice as well.
Yeah, that looks like Arizona to me, to be honest with you. I don't think
it kind of does. I'm not going to.
It might be. So let's
and just in case it's not, because it doesn't quite look what I'm thinking of. I might just scroll back up a bit and maybe pick one of these places.
The rock color is my hint that might be in New Mexico or Arizona, because it's very red down there.
but I could
Cool.
click and insert.
Awesome. If you just, as a question, if you click the little crop button, which is the black, it looks like kind of like an X, I don't know what it looks like. It's like this together. Yeah, that one. Do you see how my picture was square and your picture was a rectangle? So you could actually
I could.
move it with your arrow keys. Yeah.
Oh, my arrow keys would be way would be better than just with a mouse. But this is, that would be nice. And I know that I can make it bigger and smaller as well, just with that Control, Alt, and J and K, right?
You could, yeah. Yeah, if you want to kind of zoom in on a spot.
That's nice.
Yeah. I kind of kept it square because we have a lot of text we want to write about the Badlands. And so this one is location.
Location.
So we already did replacing different things. Maybe yours isn't the Badlands. Maybe it's, you want to just change that. If you click on the Badlands where it says the big title there, maybe you want to put Badland location or something else. I don't know. And if it's too big, move it over, Control Alt J, Control Alt K, all those cool things.
Make that
location. And that's where we have our About the Badlands.
Very nice.
So we should, go ahead.
Oh, no. And I think it's just important to note that like you can definitely just keep adding more information. And this information here where you have About the Badlands, that's specifically where you were saying you wanted our words for what we have found out. We didn't want, I don't just want to copy and paste something that I found from someone else's words. I want my own.
No. Now, I don't know. I was going to show, if you are ever copying and pasting, Control Shift V will paste with the same formatting. I don't know if I want to show that here because I don't really want students to copy and paste. But if you wrote some great stuff and you go to your research, and if you were to go into your doc, and let's say we had an answer, just select any words, doesn't really matter which one.
This one has an A for answer. Let's right here.
Control C.
Control C.
Now, if we go to our new thing, if we were just a Control V, it would not look very good.
Nope, it would look very bad because it's not even, the text is black.
Exactly. So let's undo that with our undo button. Oop. Now, if we do Control Shift V.
Whoa.
The same font, color, size, all that fun stuff. That's a good thing to know. But what I would really like is that we make sure that in this spot that we're using our own words. So even if in our notes, we kind of copy and pasted, we took stuff pretty literally from Canadian Encyclopedia or anywhere else, this is maybe where we can start summarizing in our own words a little bit. We can even use the voice to text right there. The only thing that doesn't work in slides here, it's not going to give us punctuation. So we'll have to manually put in our punctuation. But you could click it and say something like, the Badlands are...
The Badlands are located in Drumheller, Alberta. Period.
Perfect. That's great. Oh, now and see period doesn't work.
Period doesn't work, but that's a good thing for me to note that I can't just say the punctuation.
Yeah, normally you can. In this case, you can't. Just for some reason, because it's there right in... doesn't work in there. Okay, so that's basically what we're doing. We are making our awesome magazine that is going to have the information based on our research, based on our questions, based on our answers. Just going through, we're going to put our own information in.
And I know you said you're working on this and it's going to look a little bit different, but the content is still going to be very much based off of what we have already researched, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And we can edit that. It's a work in progress, you know?
Just make the template better and we'll see. It's always reiterating these things, but
perfect.
Great. So that's really it. I think we taught how to replace images. We taught how, there's another thing we definitely need. When we're going, let's go to the fossils page. So as I was going through my head, there's one thing we didn't teach, and that is to put in something that does not have a background. So I would like a T-Rex on this page who's kind of, so let's go insert image or click on the little mountain symbol. That's the picture right there. Insert image, and let's search the web.
Let's search the web.
Should we search for T-Rex?
T-Rex.
And this is where we're going to press space, and we're going to add those super important letters, PNG. It's dynamite. PNG. And sometimes they are true PNGs, and sometimes they're not. If you actually go back and you put a little space, and it showed you transparent. If you add PNG, it's dynamite. PNG. Well, no.
Not that. Oh, I'm not adding that.
PNG, and then space and the letter T. You see transparent pops up. That might ensure that a few more of those are real transparent background images.
Whoa.
All right, should we test some of these out and see if any of them actually are true PNGs that don't have a background? I'm assuming maybe I like the one that's right next to that.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Insert.
Ha!
Great.
This looks great.
Love having pictures like that. Oh, and Mrs. Mandrick is doing our awesome keyboard shortcut. Control-Alt, J makes it smaller, K makes it bigger. It's a great way to resize images, because sometimes we skew them. If you were just to drag that from the middle, that's not good. Like if you drag it from the center, the middle squares on the right or the left, not the corners. You know what I mean?
Like that.
Like, you're actually stretching him out. And that's not what we want to do. We want to make sure we drag from the corners, but even easier, Control-Alt, J and K. Because it's like a snake bite, right on those two keys. We just hold them, J and K.
That looks amazing. And you can definitely, you can
move that. Yeah. Move them up to can be next to your words. It can be, no, don't have to meet the park ranger. That guy's nice.
Oh, but I could have a nice little whole series of them. I could duplicate him if I really wanted. I don't want to fill the whole page with fun little pictures like him, but a nice placement.
Great.
Oh, this looks so good. This is going to be an excellent project.
Nice little magazine. It's going to be much nicer than Four Gold slideshow. Great.
Very much so. And we wouldn't want to print this out. That's not the goal you said. We're just wanting like a nice digital source.
Although if you were to print, if you had collaborators and if you had multiple students working on one and you did print it out, I mean, maybe you would want to have some classroom copies of a magazine you made. I don't know.
Like a classroom book, maybe?
That you've created. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. All right.
Cool.
Have I missed anything else?
If you have, I have also missed it, and I'm not sure. It looks like we've got everything in here. We are editing the first page as we go along, making all of our locations and linking them to the different slides along the way. We have a table of contents, which we've talked about. We are inserting images and moving important things like this lovely pin key.
I love the pin. Okay,
great. I think it's great.
Good luck. And if you want to improve it or you have other ideas, we're not perfect. We're just doing our best to do a really fun, engaging lesson. And I think we've accomplished at least that. So thanks, Mrs. Mandrick.
Thank you.
Love your magazine so far. Good job.
It's going to be beautiful by the end of it.
Okay. Oh, I wasn't recording. Just kidding.